how we can get you less stressed, whether you're a clutter bug or a clean freak. Now, I was so interested in this experiment because I've been noticing a viral movement to declutter going on right now. I'm seeing pictures like this. This closet's so clean, there's nothing on the hangers. Might be a little overkill. Folks are putting all their shoes away, and this is an impressive number of sneakers, by the way, but notice they're all lined up exactly where they're supposed to, ideally would be in their shoe store, and this person's house is so clean, there's nothing left in it. Literally, a half-filled warehouse with nothing else in the home. Where's the furniture? So people are posting and bragging about their neatness obsessions online. And it's easy to assume that being super organized is better than being super messy. But psychologists say clutterphobia can be equally detrimental. So let's find out what happens when two very different moms swap lives. Meet sisters Michelle and Kim. One is a neat freak and one is a clutterbug.
I do admit I'm a clutterbug.
I am definitely a clean freak.
I'm a mom of 2 kids and there's toys everywhere. I'm tripping over their toys all the time, trying to find their clothes. You can't find it.
I know for me, clutter makes me feel crazy. I like a place for everything and it's worked great so far.
My kitchen's a bit of a mess. I don't have a lot of counter space, so there's always stuff all over the counters. When I'm trying to cook, I can't find certain things, so I'll go and rebuy them at the store. Then I'll find it again later. The dishes are usually piled up in the sink. The last thing I want to do after I make dinner is the dishes.
When it comes to my kitchen, my island is like my sacred space that cannot have anything on it, except for my organized snack basket. If my husband comes home and drops his wallet on there, it drives me nuts. It goes here, like I've told you a million times. Thank you.
When I try to do laundry, I trip over things. I can't get in there sometimes because I have so many boxes. Basically use that room as storage.
I do keep my closets very organized. On a month-to-month basis, I go through each closet and organize things the way I like to see them.
I have a walk-in closet and you can barely even walk in there. When I try to take stuff out of the closet, there's always pillows and blankets falling.
I do find that being a clean freak does keep me calm, and sometimes it's almost therapy for me to organize something.
My desk is usually a mess. There are times where I actually have found a bill that was late and I didn't pay it on time, so I get a late fee. I'm already stressed out, being a mom. Just the thought of getting rid of all the clutter is overwhelming.
So Michelle and Kimberly are here. So Kimberly, my dear, what was your reaction when you found out you're going to have to swap places with your meticulous sister, Michelle?
I was like, yay, I get to leave my mess for a few hours.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And Michelle, how about you? What was your first reaction having to move into this sort of messy environment?
I don't know. When I walked in, I was a little overwhelmed, a little uncomfortable. I feel like I have to put stuff away. So yeah.
Your stomachs are acting up. You got the internal qualms.
Maybe not that bad, but
So
yeah.
we have this dynamic in my family. My wife is okay, but she's not neat like her sister. Her sister is so neat, so much passionate about this, that if you go visit with her, she'll vacuum under your feet while you're sitting on the sofa. It's a true story. I thought it was strange, but I got used to it now. Is that what it's like being with your sister?
Well, this whole summer we were basically swimming at her house with all the kids, and anytime anyone went into the house to have to go to the bathroom, she would follow them around with the towel so her wood floors wouldn't get wet.
Now I see. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to see how the experiment went when the clutterbug Kimberly and her older sister, turns out, meticulous Michelle, swap places. I wanted to know, how would a self-professed clean freak function in a cluttered environment? And how would a clutterbug respond to a highly organized space? So I had the sisters swap lives for the day to find out.
Here you go. Have fun. Good luck.
Everything in place as usual.
Oh my gosh, what happened here? The minute I walked in, I felt very overwhelmed with all the stuff all over the place. My first instinct was like, how are we gonna get this cleaned up? Hey kids, you wanna help me clean this up?
I heard your mom left me a list.
Yeah, it's over here.
I think it's really important to have the kids help because then they have that life skill for their future, and they're the ones really making most of the mess, so.
All right, James, we're supposed to clean up. I don't see much to put away. Oh, can you show me where they go? This is an amazing play area, completely organized.
Get in here. Oh my word. Seriously, dude? How does she get laundry done in here?
Exactly as it's supposed to be.
This is clean. I guess I could fold this.
Sometimes coming here is inspiring and intimidating at the same time.
This is crazy. She just needs a new system here.
It looks pretty organized to me.
You can't even see the countertop. I mean, it's crazy. There's clean dishes, dirty dishes, food that needs to be put away, papers. This is like really overwhelming for me. Like I need to start putting stuff away like now because I'm feeling like anxious and cluttered.
I'm gonna make dinner. It's gonna be super easy since I have this list and a very organized kitchen. It's full yet organized.
Spending the day in a cluttered home really made me feel stressed out and a little out of control.
It kind of stressed me out a little bit, thinking like I can't touch anything or can't mess anything up.
I know sometimes I can be a little extreme with my cleanliness and that's not great either, but I know also having some neatness and organization helps my day run a little smoother too, so I have to kind of find that happy medium.
I think there's a happy medium somewhere in between my mess and her cleanliness.
Very honest, very raw. So Dr. Christine Carter, one of the country's top experts on happiness and balance, is here. So what are some surprising ways where being a clutterbug can affect your health? And I want you all to pay attention because we're going to come back to the meticulous folks in a second.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Michelle, you kept saying it over and over again. It makes us feel really overwhelmed. It triggers a state of chronic cognitive overload is what we call it. It makes it hard for us to stay organized, but also to make good decisions, to resist temptations, to control our emotions. Creates a lot of stress and tension in us.
And with that, you end up with sleep problems,
Yeah,
weight gain. You know, if your house is cluttered, your ability to just task out things gets cluttered too.
Yeah, well, if you're having a hard time resisting temptations, it makes sense that you might have weight problems, or if you're overwhelmed, it's hard to turn your brain off at night, so the sleep problems really start to make sense. But you know, on the flip side, clutter can really stimulate creativity. So, and it can make a cluttered environment can make us more open to novel ideas, to interested in new things. So it's not all bad.
Are you just patronizing us? That's
No,
true.
I'm not.
How about the other side? What about meticulous folks? What's the penalty they pay when it comes to their health?
Well, when it tips over into perfectionism, you know, we know that perfectionism is its own particular form of unhappiness. Nothing is ever quite good enough, and that's not a very fun place to be. That can cause us anxiety as well. Depression can make us prone to exhaustion, chronic headaches.
So we put them up behind there, fatigue and the like. So go ahead and each of you look at your category. So Kimberly, you're behind yourselves on Clutterbugs, and Michelle, you're right behind me. And identify which of those health issues you think are potentially influencing you. How do you recognize those in yourself?
My number one would definitely be stress and anxiety. Sometimes I get myself worked up because things aren't perfect, especially if somebody's coming over, we're having a party, something like that. Like, that would be my number one thing.
And Kimberly, you're still processing it? I know you're staring at... Kimberly's going back and forth to both lists.
I do get very overwhelmed when I see the mess, and like it makes me want to clean up. But sometimes I'm just like, I don't even know where to begin because I'm just overwhelmed with everything.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.